There we go. Okay. Hang on. Okay, I'm gonna do a challenge. And my challenge is gonna be in the comments. People gotta tell me what to build, and I'll build it. I'll build anything. Anything. So, like, in that little box over there, this little box over in this corner, where I'm facing. See this little box over here, this little box over here. You's gonna type stuff, and I'm gonna build it. It can be anything. It could be a house, a person. Let me think. A bird. Okay. Okay. It can be any bird, right? If it is, I can do that. I'm gonna need this. Probably this. What? We already started wrong, gang. Got times like here. Now note, I'm not the fastest builder. I'm gonna do that like that. Yeah, get this out here. Alright, I know it looks trash now, but trust me, at the end it's gonna be a work of art. It's gonna be, I'm lying to myself right now, it's not gonna be art, it's gonna be garbage. Alright. Chicken is a type of bird, so it's technically a bird. Alright. Like I said anything. I never promised it was gonna be good. Hang on, what am I doing? What am Alright. Alright, no more fooling around. Hang on. Like I said, I don't know what I'm building, not a master professional builder. I don't, what is that? Oh, okay, I can make this work, Yeah, I can make this work. Yeah. Okay, put this here, there we go. Okay, that's the tail thing. Chickamabob. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I do this. Give it like a little belly. Little fat belly. Yeah, like that. Little fat belly. Not gonna make it too big now. The wings. Hang on. Wait, no, that's really good. Hang on. Yeah, like that. Probably shouldn't have wanted to make it all white, because you can't tell what's what. This. I did this right. Hang on. Okay, put a block here. Yep, like that. Okay. Okay. I'll put another block here and another block here. Like that. See. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Now the head though. The head though. Wait, hold on. This will make it real little dumb. Dumb. Yep, that's a bird. This is a bird. This is clearly a bird. If you can't tell this is a bird, something's wrong. Because this is clearly a bird, ladies and gents. I don't know. Okay, the head. Okay, this is the formation. Yeah, this is the formation. Give it like a little neck here. Hang on. Man, of all the things, it had to be a bird. Wait, what am I doing? Hang on. Wait. Oh wait, I can actually make this work. Yeah, this is duck. This is duck now. I'll give it a little pointy hair like that. Hold up. Oop. Hey, not bad. Now let me knock this and this out. Yeah. Hang on. Now we get either this or this. Hang on. Let's see what looks better. This looks better. Clearly it does. And that, wait, not done yet. Hold on. Close enough. There's your bird. Yeah, there's your bird. Hang on. Let's make it day. Get rid of day cycle. There we go. There's your bird. Now we got, yeah. This is a bird. Yeah, a bird. Alright, I build a bird. What's next on the list? Tell me, what is next on the list? It can be anything. Anything. Bird. Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool. A cool bird. Oh, what I broke. Oh. Beautiful. Moving on. What's next? What's my next build? Something majestic. I don't know. Anything. Object, animal, house, person, anything. Hey. Personal space. No. Don't touch me. Stop. Weird horse. Don't do that. No. A big house, I can do that. Like a 2-floor house? Yeah, let's make it that. Goodbye, Mr. Bird. I'm gonna need some space. Clear the area. You two, clear the area. Move. Yeah, clear the area. Clear the area, sir. You two, clear the area. Clear the area, sir. Right here. Move. Alright. It's gonna be a big house. Big bag house. So I'm gonna need some potions. I'm gonna need to get drunk on potions. Oh, that's some that good stuff. Oh, yeah. And let's start building. Yeah, get rid of all this. Yeah. Too late, I hit the... Clear the area, sir. I thought we established this. Fine. Sorry, didn't mean to hit you. Hey. It's long enough. Perfect. Okay. Whoa, let me not get too big. I know it's big, but not too big. Let me make my life easier and just do this. Hang on. Can you get on the? There we go. I told you to clear the area, pig. Yeah. Move. Building a house. It's gonna take a while. Alright, this is gonna be the size of the house. It's gonna be a big ass house, jeez. Now we need to start clearing all this. Make a big hole. Big hole. Big hole. Alright. I will play some music in the background, but I don't want to get no copyright. So meanwhile, I'm just gonna tell you a random story. Alright. I'm gonna tell you the story of how I got slapped by doing a horrible prank. Alright, it starts like this. I was hanging out with my friends. We were exploring abandoned places, as we usually do, sometimes. And we decided to pull a prank on one of our female friends, to be more precise. She is terrified of monsters and stuff, and we decided to a room. So I go get that. My friend go gets his clown mask, and my other friend go gets his Jason mask and his fake machete. What do? We put those on with some black hoodies, and one of my friends had a stained shirt stained with red paint, and we used that as ketchup. We told her to get something for us at the abandoned house. Can't believe she fell for that. She went and get it. She was shaking the entire time because I could hear her teeth like stuttering. She was like singing to calm herself out. I threw a rock, broke some glass by accident. That scared her. She said hello, like, is there anyone there? And my other friend starts banging on the doors, and she like screams a little bit. And then my other friend with the machete, he starts like dragging it along the wall, like making a annoying sound. And she's like, who's there? And then he comes out of the corner. She's like, get away from me, don't touch me and stuff. She was gonna run away, and then I corner her like so she doesn't leave. She runs to the second floor, and my other friend's waiting for her with just waiting for her. She's like, she starts screaming rape, like she got the wrong idea. Immediately she starts screaming rape, help me, rape. Her best friend came to the rescue, had a bat, came charging at my friend, got hit in the face with the bat, throws the bat at me, dodged it, then runs toward me, gives me a falcon punch in the face, almost cracking the mask. And my other friend almost got Sparta kicked out of the second floor, but luckily he hanged on somehow, I don't know. We take the mask off, we yelling, it's a prank, it's just us. She's like, oh, you sons of, you know. And we're like, oh, we're sorry. And she's like, sorry my ass. And then I get slapped in the face. My other friend gets kicked in the balls. And my third friend sadly he got his head smashed against the wall. Not that hard, but it hurt. And we learned our lesson of not to scare her ever again, or else we get or else her friend comes to the rescue, hitting us with a bat and getting hit in the end. So that's my story. Like and comment for more stories. I've been taking my sweet time. Huh? What's my progress? Oh. And yeah, that's my story of how I got slapped. Now let me think of another story. This is the story of when I wanted a Kirby game. I wanted Kirby Epic Yarn. Back in the day, you know, the stuff was, you know, the PS4 back in the day was a Wii. Like, oh, yeah, the Nintendo Switch back in the day was a Wii. You know, it was hype. I had a Wii. A new game came out. It was called Kirby's Epic Yarn. It was the greatest game I've ever played as a kid. I wanted it. Back in the time, it cost $80. I told my mom and dad, can I get it? And my dad's like, that's too expensive. And I'm like, come on, I'm a good kid. And my mom got this amazing idea of, all right, let's get agreed on something. The three of us will save money. You save half, and you save half. And then we'll combine the money and you'll have the $80. And I'm like, that's a great idea. My mom got 30, my dad got 30, I got $2. So my grandma had to put in the rest of the money. And I got the game. I started playing it. It was beautiful. It was the best game, best experience of my life. Then I got in this boss battle fighting King DD. And I was a kid, so I didn't know how to play it 100%. Like, I knew how to play, but his hitting technique was I had to ground pound him so he reveals the weak point, and I didn't know how to do that back in the day. And I was so mad I couldn't find out how to beat him. Started crying, started raging. I got to the point where I told my mom to help me. I gave her a weak remote and said to help. She was terrible at it. And I was yelling at her like, you're doing it all wrong. She was like, I don't know, I've never played this before. And I'm like, you know what, screw it. I grabbed the game, I threw it against the wall, and never played it again. Then I decided to give it another go, like when I got a bit older, because I was like, I was like 8 or 10 at the time, I don't know. And I'm like, you know what, screw this game, I ain't gonna play it no more. When I was like 9, I think, I gave it another whirl. Or 10, I don't know their age. By accident, I did a ground pound on him, which was the thing I had to do. And I would discover the weakness. I was like, oh my god. I kept doing that until I beat the boss. And I was like, finally, yes, I succeeded. And then I moved on to the game, the next level. All of them and the rest, it was all just huggeroony. It was all golden. Everything was just fine. Oh, I got done. Yeah, I got done. I beat the game. I was happy. I would play the game again, but sadly, when I needed money for other games, I sold it by accident. Well, not accident. I actually got a PS3, and I'm like, you know what? I need PS3 games. And my brother's like, why not sell Kirby Epic Yarn? And I'm like, no, that you know how all I went through to get this game? And he's like, dude, that game is old. You can get it now for like $15 at GameStop. And I'm like, but still, bro. And then I went to sell some games. He snuck Kirby Epic Yarn in between, so I didn't see it. I sold it to the cashier when I realized what I just sold, and I'm like, oh my god, there's no turning back now. I already sold the game. I was depressed for a few days. Not actually depressed, I was like sad that I sold the game. True, I never played it again. But at the end, like when I was 12 or 11, my stepfather gave me his Wii since his children moved into another country like Florida, and I'm like, yay, I can play my old Wii games I have. And I had Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I had some Naruto games, I have Bakugan, and I'm like, man, if only I had Kirby Epic Yarn again. One of my friends actually has the game, like my best friend, the one that got Punched in the Knot on the other story, and he's like, bro, if you ever want to play that game, you can just let me know, I can let you borrow it. And I'm like, alright. And here I am, when I was like 13, I was like, I'm gonna borrow the game from him. Then I realized my sister smeared something inside the Wii remote. I don't know how. It was something. It was food, but it was disgusting. It completely broke the Wii remote. It didn't work. I was sad. I couldn't play my games now. When because I only play the Wii when I'm tired of playing the PlayStation or stuff, I just go hop on the Wii and play some classics. But I can't do that anymore because the Wii remote is broken. I'm still forgetting that I could ask my friend for the Wii remote or stuff, but I'm gonna do that in another day. Besides, I'm gonna do that in another time, and that's the story of Kirby Epic Yarn. One of the best games I've ever played in my life. We'll play again. It was the gameplay itself was golden because it had perfect music, perfect storyline, good battles and stuff. If there were a second part, I would play again. Like Mario Galaxy, that's a good game actually. Mario Galaxy is a nice game. I would play again. Well, got done with the flooring. Look at this. This is a big house. This is gonna be a big house. How am I gonna do the interior? Yeah. Let me think of another story. Oh, I'm gonna tell you now the story of how I got Mario Galaxy. Not the first one, but the second one. When the first time I got a Wii, I got a few games. And that one of those games was Mario Galaxy. And I'm like, Mario Galaxy 2? I've never played the first one, so let's play the second one. I played it. It was one of the best Mario games I ever played. Better than Mario Party or Mario Bros. You know, it was a good game. I had fun. I got mad in a few points. Rage, threw controller, broke stuff, punched the walls. But I still remember there was this one boss battle. It was like a hamster, dude. It was like a little. No, it wasn't a hamster. It was like a blue armadillo, bootleg Sonic the Hedgehog. And that battle was so stressful because I didn't know what to do. It was like it was like a King DDD battle, like on Kirby, but except this time I didn't know what to do. I was so mad. I quit. I never played the game again. Still haven't touched that game. I sold that game along with other games on Wii. When I was 13, I told my friend if I can borrow his Mario Galaxy 2, like the first one and second one, and I let him borrow my Skyrim on PS3. That was before I got a PS4. And he's like, sure. I played the first one, didn't finish it, lost interest. I played the second one, got to the same point, couldn't beat the boss, lost interest. I gave the games back. Yeah. That's the end of that story. I still regret not ending that game. Although that game gave me good gameplay. That was a nice game. Let me think of another story. Did I just delete the potion? Dang. Here it is. Drink it up. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna make it a 5. Let me think of another story. Oh, the story of how I became, how I first started playing video games. When I first started playing video games was obviously on the Wii. Yeah, first game I played, I don't remember. Actually, no, it wasn't the Wii. It was a GameCube. That was my first game. I was a GameCube. I was like playing around. I was like my cousin's GameCube. I was like playing. I had Zelda, Mario Party, and all those good games. This is actually the story of how I also discovered anime. I played a lot of Mario Sunshine because that game was beautiful because it had beautiful scenery, nice storylines, good graphics. For a classic, it came out like in 2003. It was a good game for its time. And then hang on, hold up, yeah, it was a good game when it came out. And hang on, yeah, it was a good game when it came out. Yeah, 2003. Yeah, it was 2003. Good game when it came out, good graphics and all the storyline. Beautiful sceneries. It had some hard levels here and there. Made me rage a bit. I never finished the game because my GameCube broke, and I'm like, oh man. But at the end, the ending did get spoiled for me. Like, since I couldn't play Mario Sunshine, I just looked up Mario Sunshine walkthrough, and luckily the Game Grumps had that, and I'm like, sure, let's watch those episodes. At the end, you just basically fight Bowser in a hot tub, break each corner of his hot tub and stuff, and yeah, that's the end. Bowser tells Bowser Jr., Peach is not your mom. He's like, yeah, I know, Dad. I mean, she does not look nothing like us. Mario redeems his honor because he was a criminal in that island. I think Flood dies at like his machine he had. I think it died. I think. I don't know if he died or not. I think he didn't. And then yeah, never played that game. Never finished that game. Then I played my other cousin had a Legend of Zelda full pack. Like, it had all Zelda games. It had like the first one, the second one, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of... There were 2 Oracle games. Yeah, I don't remember the other ones. Oracle of Seasons, Oracle of Ages, I think it was. Yeah. Link's Awakening, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. And at that time, Wind Waker was like a demo. And I really wanted to play that game because it looked so cartoony, because it was like a cartoon-ish game. It basically is like, it takes after... No, not Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. Yeah. I never beaten... Because when I was younger, Legend of Zelda games scared me. Like, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask scared me to death. Like, some of the enemies when I was younger scared me so much. Like, in Ocarina of Time, the Redeads, what's it called? Yeah, the Redeads. Those things were scarring when I was a kid. I'm like, that's scary. I don't want to play this game no more. And, well, my cousin, I did see him play. Like, he would play the game in my room, and I would just sit in the bed and watch him. And he beat the game twice, and in normal mode and hard mode. Yeah, but let me think. Progressing. Yeah, then he moved on. When I tried it myself, I couldn't even get out of I couldn't even beat the first temple. Like, I managed to get the sword and the shield and stuff, but when I went to the temple, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even beat the first temple. Then I go on my cousin's file, so I can just play as adult Link and run along the world, because he already beaten the game. I try to find a read it to get over my fears. I fail miserably. It was kind of a jump scare. I cried in a corner like a baby, because I was a baby. I was like 10 or 9, I don't know. Then I played Majora's Mask, which was even scarier than Ocarina of Time. I got no life. Just the intro itself, when I saw the moon, I'm like, oh, this game is giving me a bad vibe. I don't like it. I don't keep forgetting. When we started the game, I'm like, cool, this is a cool game. Like, at the beginning, Link gets his horse stolen. He does like some parkour. He falls in a hole. He sees Majora. Link gets turned into a Deku Scrub. And yeah, it was like a cool beginning. But it all takes a very, very dark turn. Like, my cousin told me that the game is all about the apocalypse. Like, you got 3 days to save the world, or else the moon will crash on Earth and kill us all. And I'm like, that's not a very happy game. And he's like, it's not supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be thrilling and memorable. And I'm like, but that's scary. And he's like, if you're too chicken, then don't watch the gameplay. If it's scary, don't watch the gameplay. And I'm like, but I wanna be a man. I don't remember I said that, but some part of the game scared me. Like, one time I decided to play the game myself when he wasn't home. And I let the 3 days pass by to see what happens. I get this scarring music. Like, it's like this, like, dramatic horror opera. Everything is like flashing red. Everyone's like panicking. I see the moon getting closer. I hear like a grandfather clock do like the ding. He said, like, like that solid ding. And I just see the scarring face on the moon. And I talk to the NPCs, and they're like, oh, we're all gonna die, it's the end, and all that stuff. And I'm like, what do I do? My mom walks in the room like, what are you playing? The music scared me so much, I turned off the GameCube, because it was too much for me. It was too much for a kid of my age. And that, I picked up the big fear for Majora's Mask. As I got older, like when I was like 12 or 11, I found out about the creepypasta on that game, which was Ben Drowned. And when I saw how he looked, like, I'm like, well, that gives me another reason to be afraid of this game. I read the story, I read the tales, like how the creepypasta came to be, and that gave me like more fear of the game. But as I got older, I got less scared, I found it interesting, and turns out now it's one of my favorite Zelda games. And yeah, like, my top favorite Zelda games goes in this order. Goes Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, and Wind Waker. Like, those are my top Zelda games. And maybe Triforce Heroes, because that was a goofy game. Yeah, look, those are my top Zelda games. Twilight Princess, no, just because it has the word Twilight, it doesn't have to do with Link being a vampire and wolves and all that. So, well, it actually has to do with a wolf. Link is actually a wolf in that game. It's actually dope. It's like one of the most realistic graphic Zelda games. It has like a dark, like this dark vibe, like Majora's Mask and Ocarina, but not as dark as Majora's Mask, not as dark as that. But yeah, I got way off topic. But yeah, that's my story of how I started gaming. Wait, there's actually more to it. And the part where I mentioned how I discovered anime was on GameCube. I've seen, like, back in the day, I didn't know they were called anime. I thought it was just called cartoons, like, cartoons. And the first one I used to watch a lot was Beyblade. Like, when I was younger, every time I would go to school, I would eat my breakfast and watch Beyblade. Like, bruh, that was my stuff. That was like my Pokemon. But then I watched Pokemon on Boomerang, like, at night. On Saturdays, I didn't know about Toonami, or I didn't know if it was a thing. So I watched another channel that I had to wake up very early to watch it, because it played Sonic X, they played Yu-Gi-Oh! And then when I got a bit older, I got on GameCube. When I was like, when I started playing Majora and all that stuff, I stumbled upon this game called Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2, and I'm like, what could this game be about? And I started playing it. It was like Budokai 2. The story mode, it was like more of a board game. Like you had the pieces and jump around. It was a good game, but I never got to finish it because in the Majin Buu part, like, he would be crazy hard to defeat. Not even my cousin who owned the game could have beat him. And then when I got a Wii, my cousin came to my house and he brought his brother's game, which was Naruto Shippuden, like, Clash of Ninja Revolution. And I'm like, what's that? Is that another cartoon? And he's like, yeah, let's play it. I played the story mode. It was nice. It was decent. At the very last battle, when I used Naruto and I have to fight Deidara, it was so hard. It's so hard. Like, I've never played something so hard. I gave up. I just spoiled myself the ending. Like, you know what? Just tell me what's the end. I just go on YouTube, spoil myself the end, and I'm like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. I managed to unlock all the characters on that game. I remember that much. And I managed to unlock all the characters. All of the characters. Then I got Budokai Tenkaichi 3, which at first I played it at my cousin's Wii, because it was like, the game was fire. Then I got it for myself. I played it non-stop. Like, every time I would come from home, I would do my homework, and then I would just start playing that game, like, grinding, because that was my addiction back in the day. And then when I got even older, like when I was like in 6th grade, people explained to me, they're not cartoons, bro, they're anime. I'm so triggered, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, what's anime? And he's like, bruh, anime is, what you watch, Dragon Ball Z and all that stuff. And I'm like, really? I didn't know that. But let's travel back a little bit before that. When I was like younger, like 11, there was this thing called Nicktoons that would play like mature stuff. Like, Nickelodeon has SpongeBob and all that stuff, kid friendly. But Nicktoons it has it on the name, like Toon is like for like teens or stuff, I don't know. And they played they would play their like Digimon, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Z, and I would watch that like constantly. Now we jump forward again to 6th grade again. They explained to me they're not cartoons, they're anime. What's wrong with you? Get it right, you idiot. And I'm like, oh, so that's what they're called? And they're like, yeah, you dumbass. And I'm like, well, I didn't know. Don't need to get mad at me. And he's like, I should get mad at you because you're dumb. I don't think the person said that actually. But back in the day, I used to watch a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. You know, like the basics: Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Beyblade, Digimon. There was this other show called Monsuno. It was like a combination of both Digimon. No, not Digimon. Both. Yeah, both. It was like a combination of. They were like a mature version of Pokemon. They had these capsules, and you throw them, and when the two capsules clash, like giant monsters would come out. And I remember the protagonist monster was like a mutated polar bear. It was like a polar bear with with crystals coming out of its back and stuff. Yeah, and that's how I discovered anime. Then I moved on to my cousin when he started living at my house. He used to had a PS3, and he had Dragon Ball Z. He had Naruto Storm 2, and I'm like, let me play them since I already like those two animes. I played Naruto Storm 2 because how that worked, that game how it worked. So I played more Naruto Storm 2. The game was actually good. So instead of watching Naruto and watching all those fillers, if you want a short version of the anime, like the important stuff, then you can just go play the Storm games. It explains the entire story without the fillers, gladly. So that's how I basically know that much about Naruto. I didn't watch the series myself. I just played the games, and that's how I know what happens. Same goes for Dragon Ball Z. Like, I watched the entire anime, but the game I played all the games, and all the games were like it explained the franchise, but in different ways. And I'm like, yep, I know this. I know Dragon Ball Z like the back of my hand. I don't know. Yeah. And yeah, I've never watched the original Dragon Ball, like Dragon Ball. Like, I know how it goes because people talk about it on people I watch on YouTube talk about it, or some friends tell me about it, or I've seen some episodes myself, like randomly. I haven't seen them myself, so I kind of know what goes on, like who are the enemies, who are good, who are bad, and all that stuff. Then I decided on 6th grade, I had a squad who were like, it was my squad. They liked everything. I liked it, like anime, music, food, and I knew this one girl. She was nuts with Fairy Tail, like I was with Dragon Ball Z. And she was like, "Oh, what anime do you like?" And I'm like, Dragon Ball Z." And she's like, "Bruh, that's trash. What's wrong with you? Fairy Tail's the best anime." And I'm like, "But okay, I know you like your Fairy Tail, but you don't need to hate on what I like." And she's like, "Bruh, shame on you. That stuff's trash." And I'm like, it's thanks to her that I hate Fairy Tail. I don't hate the anime or hate people who like the anime, but it's thanks to her. Like, I can't get into the anime thanks to her. Like, I don't have an interest on it thanks to her. Like, I have a burning passion, like, of hatred thanks to her. And they're like, "You should check out Fairy Tail." And the entire year, her and I were like fighting of which anime was the best. And one day she came to school, and she was like, shows me something on her phone, like, "See, Fairy Tail is on the top 5 best animes." And I'm like, "Are you still on about that?" And at the time, when I look under her, like, Fairy Tail was like in the top 7, and Dragon Ball was like above it, and I'm like, ha, Dragon Ball is above it. And she's like, screw you, bro, and this and stuff. And she's like, but still it's the best anime. And I'm like, yeah, whatever you say. And at the end, I don't like Fairy Tail. Like, again, I don't hate it, I just can't get in on it. Thanks to her, every time I talk about Dragon Ball Z, she starts talking trash. Every time she brings up Fairy Tail, I talk trash. And at the end, we became best friends. I don't know how. Like, I had to, back in the day, like when I was in 6th grade, we were both in 6th grade. She was actually the girl she was like my school crush. But it was kind of hard to be mad at her every time she talked about shit about Dragon Ball Z, because it's the girl I like. And I'm like, it's so hard to be mad at you. And this is the twist. I tried the entire school year to get with her. She denies me, no interest in me, no hugs, no kisses, no nothing. And now that we're in different schools, hear me out. Now that we're in different schools, every time I pass by, she's like, oh, Kenny, it's you, hugs and kisses and stuff. And I'm like, you didn't give me this much affection back at school. And I'm like, wow, you didn't give no F's about me at school, but now you just want to get with this man. And I'm like, well, damn, I'll be damned. But yeah, that's the story of why I kinda can't get in on Fairy Tail. Let me think of what other story. Oh, this is a story of how I had my own. I had a fight at 6th grade, like in the same school year with her. I was fighting kids with problems, mental kids. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna say this in Spanish. Like kids with educación especial. One of them was very annoying. His name was George. Yeah. It was like one day at lunch, he was very annoying. He would run up to me and smack me across the head and run away, and I'm like, dude, stop. I couldn't hit him because he was like a special kid, mental. And I just go to the teachers that take care of it, and I'm like, hey, George is smacking me across the head and stuff. It's getting really annoying. And one of the teachers must hate him, because she was like, if she does it again, just fight it, just punch him. And I'm like, okay, if you say so. And then I run up to the kid and smack him across the head. And he's like, oh, dude, what was that for? And I'm like, hey, that's karma. And then I'm like, hey, your teachers give me permission. If you keep messing with me, I have the license to smack you, to hit you back. And then he's like, yeah, you ain't gonna do shit, bruh. And then I just walk away. And then he starts talking crap. He's like, you're too chicken, you scared to fight me, bro? Fight me, you wanna throw hands? And I'm like, getting mad at him, like, bro, I don't wanna fight you, like you's mental. And he's like, dude, screw you. Starts talking shit about my friends, starts talking shit about my family and stuff. And I'm like, bro, don't even. You do not want to throw hands with me. And he's like, it's saying more mean stuff. And I'm like, okay, you want to throw hands out? Let's throw hands. And he's like, come on, swing at me. He swings a punch. And I have like my own beast mode. Like I have my own Super Saiyan mode. Like the moment he swing the punch, he missed, I immediately get mad, even though he didn't hit me. So I just grab his head, hit him against my knee, broke his nose. And I just start cursing him out, like, what you gonna do now? And stuff. like, what you gonna do now and stuff. Like, oh, I thought you wanted to throw hands, what's wrong? And like, I got very mad, like I got blinded by rage. And my friends are like, dude, chill down. And I'm like, no, he didn't want to throw hands, let's throw hands. I just punch him in the face solid, he falls on the ground. And he's like, oh, please, no more help, And I'm like, oh, come on, you didn't want to throw hands? Come on, I thought you had balls and stuff. And the girl I liked, she's like, holds my hand, not my hand, like, she holds my arm, like, so I don't punch him anymore. And she's like, dude, calm down and stuff. And I had like this moment, like this anime moment when the protagonist gets like saved by the girl she likes, and I'm like, okay, I'm calming down. Suddenly, my mental friend named Victor runs up on me and punches me in the face, like to defend him. The moment he punches me, I get blinded, my blind rage again. I run up to him, like I tell her to let go. I run up to him, tackle him to the ground, and start beating him. Then he blocks, he kicks me off, and starts beating me up. We were like two cats fighting. We were like wild animals fighting. And then people try to separate us. Back in the day, I had long nails. Like, now I got no nails because I eat them. And I hit the guy. I scratched the guy's face, or to the point I made him bleed. And the guy hit me in the chin, making me bite my tongue, therefore bleed. We were both bleeding. People got even the police in on this, because it was two mental kids against the guy that gets triggered easily. Excuse me. And let me think. They get the police on this. They take George to the medic because I broke his nose and I dislocated his jaw with a punch I gave him. They take me and Victor to the office, like the principal. He's like, why did you two fight? Now, mind you, in that school, the principal was a dwarf. He was like a little fat Wario from Mario. And he's like, why were you two fighting? Do you not know I can suspend you for fighting and stuff? And I'm like, hey, that guy started it. And then he punched me in the face. And he's like, but he broke my friend's nose. And I'm like, dude, I am your friend. You barely hang out with George. And he's like, but still, bro, he's my friend. So you're just gonna punch your friend to defend you're just gonna punch your friend in the face to defend your other friend. Wow, that's cool, bro. That's cool. That's really cool. I'm cool with that. I didn't say that, actually. And then he's like, I will suspend you both and stuff. And I'm like, no, please, no. And then the cop's like, hold on there. Let's not go into rash decisions. And he's like, why did you two fight? And I'm like, well, George slapped me across the head multiple times. I get annoyed. Teacher gives me permission to defend myself if he keeps it up. George swings a punch. I get triggered, broke his nose, dislocate the jaw. I calm down. He runs up on me and punches me across the face. Then we both start fighting like cats and dogs. And he's like, okay, you two are friends, right? And I'm like, yeah. We're both like, yeah. Friends don't fight friends. Friends should be together and hanging out and stuff. And I'm like, And he's like, huh. And he's like, okay, let's agree on something. You two apologize to each other and don't fight again. Become friends. And they're like, and we both look at each other and we're like, okay, now apologize. And I'm like, oh, Victor, I'm sorry for scratching your face and punching you. And he's like, I'm sorry for running up on you and punching you in the face. And making you bleed across the tongue. And the cop's like, now shake hands. And I'm like, ugh, this awkward moment. We shake hands, and he's like, now hug. We look at each other, and we're like, we hug. And then now he says, now kissing the cheek, and we look at him like, no, and he's like, starts laughing like, it's just joking. And then we all start like laughing like a happy ending. At the end, George had to be hospitalized for a few days because I by the looks of it, I pack a mean punch because I dislocated his jaws and something. I disabled his ability to speak. So that's the thing. On the bright side, they're like, George is gonna be taken somewhere else because he is way too a pain in the ass for other students and stuff. And yeah, that's the story of how I got in a fight with 2 mental kids. And then now I'm gonna tell you another story involving my mental friend Vector. The reason he's mental is because he got abandoned by his mother. And every time he likes a girl and the girl rejects him, he gets triggered, reminding him, my mother left me. And he goes like in this frenzy where he goes berserker, like his eyes literally turn blank, like has no pupils, and starts punching people. Well, not punching people, like he goes on a crying spree. He's like crying, doesn't want people to get close to him or else they get punched. Like he starts destroying everything. And one day he's like, dude, I like the new girl of school. And I'm like, bruh, you came to the right place. I'm your boy. It's your boy Kenny. I can hook you up. And he's like, thanks, bro. And I'm like, okay, first off, you need a flower. I give him a beautiful flower that was near a garden we were. And I'm like, next, you need to be sharp. I told him to wash his face, like to wash the sweat off and stuff. And I'm like, okay, now step 3, smooth and swag. I told him, because he literally walks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. He like limps his arms around and stuff. And I'm like, okay, you can't do that. You need to walk straight, show dominance and stuff. I don't know what was I saying back in the day. And he's like, okay, I think I'm ready. And I'm like, go get him, Tiger. I follow him for moral support, like in case he gets nervous and stuff or decides to chicken out. And he's like, the girl was with a group of friends, and it was just me, Vector, and my other friend Anthony. And he's like, hey, I really like you and stuff. We should hang out. Can you be my girlfriend and stuff? You know, usual teenage stuff in 6th grade. And she's like, nah, nigga, you ugly and stuff. Like, you ugly. What the heck's wrong with you? You mental. Like, she literally roasted him. And Anthony and I look at each other like, oh no, what's wrong with her? And he stays quiet for a few moments. And he tears up a bit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck's wrong with you? You slut? I got so mad at that moment. I even said stuff I didn't even mean to say. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? You slut and stuff? And she's like, oh, well, not my fault. He has a big ass head. And I'm like, bitch, I can slap you right here and now, but I won't. I just tell Victor to stop crying, and we just walk away. And two of her friends were laughing, and the one good girl of the group looks at him like, you were kind of mean and stuff. And she's like, I don't give a damn. He's ugly. I don't want to date no mental big-headed nigga. And I'm like, come on, Victor, she ain't worth it, bruh, and stuff. And he's like, no, it's fine, bro, and stuff. And I'm like, you're gonna be okay? And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And Anthony says, like, you sure, bro? Like, we're here for you. And he's like, yeah, I'm sure. We go to math. No, wait, we go to social studies. And then the math teacher comes in and she says, everyone stay inside. One of the mental kids has gone on a berserker spree and stuff. And I'm like, berserker spree? And the teachers just locked the door on us, and we're like, wait, what? Then we hear banging on doors, we hear screaming, we hear stop right there and stuff. And we just look at the window, and he went like in a Hulk mode, like he was bashing everything, kicking and smashing and stuff. And low key, he was looking for the girl. He was looking for the girl who rejected him, so he can like beat her up. Not like beat her up, like pull her by the hair. He was literally gonna throw her off the second floor. We had to hide her from other people and stuff. And we were like, people had to stay indoors because people were afraid that Victor might grab one of us, throw us out the second floor, or punch us in the face, or knock us out, or break our necks and stuff. And we were like, let's stay indoors and stuff. People were panicking because they thought it was like a serious situation. Other girls were laughing, and people were laughing like, oh, this is badass, this is like a horror movie. And some other people were like, oh, what do we do? The social studies teacher has witnessed him going on a rampage before, so she's just started bursting in tears because of something that happened before. I'm guessing he killed someone. And hang on. Okay, where was I? Yeah, something that happened in the past probably. And well, the social studies teacher was bursting in tears, and we were like, well, she ain't gonna be no use of us if she doesn't know how to stay calm. And then people hide the girl in our class, and I'm like, y'all niggas crazy. That nigga, my homie's gonna bust through that door like Jason Voorhees and kill us all because you hiding her here. And people were like, bro, just kick her out of the room, just let her die and stuff. She was being a mean nigga anyway. And Anthony and I look at each other like, you know what, we should let her rot outside and stuff. And she's like, please, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean none of that. And I'm like, I can clearly tell you're lying. You meant every single word you said on lunch. And she's like, please, I don't want to die and stuff. And Victor was punching the doors, yelling, where is she and stuff. And I go outside and I'm like, Victor, calm down, it's your boy, it's me, Kenny, and stuff. And he glares at me with no pupils. I was looking at a monster, literally. And I'm here shaking like I don't want to die. And he's like, he was speaking like a monkey, like, where is girl? Show location. And I'm like, okay, she a hoe. You don't need her. There are better people out there for you. And he's like, where is girl? But he says it's screaming, and I'm like, Victor, calm down. I slowly walk up to him, slowly, because if I go rash, he might punch me. And I'm like, calm down, Victor, calm down, bro. And he's like, where is she? And I'm like, you know what, screw it. And I just snitched. I just point at the room she is in. I don't know how he kicked the door down, even though those things are like solid wood. He kicks the door down. Everyone's like, screaming and panicking. Police arrives, ambulance arrive. I was about to say animal control. Some other stuff arrived, and the Victor grabs the girl by the hair, yells at her, like insulting her, roasting her, slaps her in the face. She left her bruise. Again, he doesn't beat up women. He was just in a frenzy. Again, he's mental. Uh, Police arrive. He gets tased. Doesn't do much effect. They throw the, those darts that make you go to sleep. They throw those darts at him. Falls unconscious. Ambulance take him to calm him down and diagnosis and stuff. He didn't go to school for like a week or two, like a few days, week or so. He comes back, he's coming. I'm like, and when he comes back, the teachers are like, okay, do not bring the situation up to him ever again. Do not mention it, do not speak of it, and none of that. And the first thing people do are like, hey Victor, did you remember that the berserker spree you went on, bro? That was wicked. And people are like, you dumbass. And me and Anthony are like, well, might as well. And we just go to him and they're like, hey dude, feeling better? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, sorry that I went on that spree. And I'm like, nah, it's cool, bro. You weren't yourself at the moment. And he's like, bro, I'm really sorry. And the girl literally fears him now. And every time the girl sees Victor, she like looks or the other direction or looks at the ground, and Victor's like, what's up with her? And I'm like, she's just scared of you now. And he's like, but seriously, bro, I didn't mean to hurt nobody and stuff. And I'm like, again, no need to apologize. You're special. You're in need of help. No need to explain yourself. And he's like, seriously, bro, like, I'm sorry. And we're like, it's cool, Victor. No worries. When the last days of school were there, Victor managed to had a crush on another girl. And that girl actually liked Victor back. So, me as Cupid, because I'm the Cupid of that school I was the Cupid of that school for a reason. I go to the girl and I'm like, okay, you like Victor, right? And she's like, uh-huh. And I'm like, Victor likes you. And she's like, oh, really? How does my hair look? And I'm like, hold your horses. You ain't gonna go to my homie looking at that. You ain't gonna go to my homie looking like trash. And I literally tell her the same steps that I told Victor. Step 1, get something for him. Not a flower this time, because it was the other way around. She gets him like chips. Literally got him chips. No joke. She got her some Pringles. She got him some Pringles. And I'm like, okay, step 2, you gotta look sharp. She goes to the girls' bathroom. Me, back in the day, I was like a little pervy, so I just like try to get a speak. She splashes water in my face, and I'm like, okay, I deserve that. She comes out, and I'm like, step 3, swag. I told her to walk straight, and good luck. I push her to Victor. Victor's like, oh hey. They both get shy. This time I didn't follow her for more support. I was like in the distance watching them, and they were like talking, laughing. At the end, they got a kiss, and I'm like, mission complete. And he comes back to me, like the girl leaves, like it was like the day before the final day of school, and he's like, dude, I got a kiss and a girl and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I saw it all, no need to explain to your boy. And he's like, dude, I'm so lucky. And I'm like, yeah, you are. And he's like, bro, thank you. If it wasn't for your techniques or tips, I wouldn't got her. And I'm like, yeah, that's true, just let it all go to my head. And he's like, well, looks like I got a girlfriend. And I'm like, you're welcome. And I'm like, remember, present, fresh, and swag. And he's like, got it. the final day of school, those two were holding hands in the morning, and I'm like, look at you lovebirds holding hands. And they're like, they start blushing and stuff, and I'm like, I'm good at my job. Hey, I can bleed the roof. This is a big roof. Jeez. Hang on. I got a cough. I don't want you guys to hear the cough. There we go. Okay. Now let me go on the inside. Let me think. Yeah, they school. Those two, we had a school dance as like a final thing. Like, hope you and well, we had a school dance. Those two were dancing. They played all types of music at the last day. They played slow music. I see them slow dance. They played some hip hop, like, you know, that inappropriate, some of the inappropriate. I see those two grinding, if you get my memo, and I'm like, oh my. Then they start playing like jazz, and you just see them jamming out together. And then they started to playing my category. For those who don't know, I know how to break dance. It's been a while. I don't break dance that much, but I know how to break dance. The moment they start playing me some my stuff, I just pop on the dance floor and I start dancing like there's no tomorrow. My friends be clapping me. People yelling it's lit. Then they start playing the classics. Like, one of my friend Anthony and I, they start playing Michael Jackson, and they start playing Smooth Criminal, and we look at each other and we're like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? What do? We humiliate ourselves and start dancing to it. Like, we try to do the dance move he did on the video of Smooth Criminal. My Anthony tried to do the lean, almost fell on his face. I tried to do the moonwalk. Didn't get it because I don't know that well how to moonwalk. And yeah, it was a blast that day. I don't know if they're still together, because I haven't heard from Victor in a long time. Like, we were in 6th grade, and what am I in? Like, in 8th grade? Yeah, I'm going to 9th grade now. Man, I haven't heard from that man in years, I could say. Also, next time you say big house, I'm not doing it, because, geez, I'm here giving you stories back to back for a house. Let me think of something else. Hang on. Let me think of a story and look for what I'm looking for. Where are the trap doors? Oh, I saw them earlier. Here they are. Yeah. Hang on. Can I put this under it? Oh, man. But moving on. Yeah, but moving on. Let me think of another story. Okay. This is another 6th grade story. Most of my good stories were in 6th grade. You know, everyone at school, they got like that wild, quote unquote, slut-ish girl of the class. Well, I had another friend called Lex. Not Lex Luthor. Lex. His name was Lex. And him and I were just chilling one day at lunch. And we were like talking in the class, like eating our lunch. We were just sitting on the desk. And one of the two girls, No, wait, there were three girls, and one of the girls were like, she's like calls our attention like, "Hey," we look over, she flashes us, and my friend and I literally bumped our heads like we freaked out because it was all so sudden. We freaked out, we bumped heads, I slipped out of the desk, hit my tooth, and we just run out of the class. And we were like, dude, did you see that? And then he's like, boobs. And I'm like, yes, we did it. And he's like, we just start celebrating for no reason. Like, we got to see some, because back in the day, your boy didn't get no girls. No girls. And we were like, yeah, we saw some of the good stuff. Some boob. And he's like, yeah, dude. But it was also something. And I'm like, yeah, I broke my, I think I hit my head on the desk. And he's like, really, dude? Yeah, and I had like a little bump on my head. And he's like, dude, you think she likes us? And I'm like, let's not push our luck, dude. Nah. And he's like, you're right. And another friend of us called Diego, he just starts running to us, and he's like, dudes. And I'm like, Diego, what is it? And he's like, the girl, Annie, she just flashed me. And we're like, she flashed you too? And he's like, yeah. And we're like, ooh, it's lit. And we're like, but why is she doing that? You think she likes us? Like, he literally asked the same thing that Lex asked, and I'm like, okay, again, no. And he's like, you're right. Gives me the same freaking answer, and I'm like, And, well, then, let me think. Then we come back to the class, and they were still there, and we were like, oh boy, she's still there. What do we do? And I'm like, okay, guys, keep it cool, keep it chill. You need to chill. Calm down, guys. Keep it chill. And they're like, okay. We go to the class. We enter the room, and she's like, hey, boys. And we're like sweating like, and well, we were nervous, very nervous. And she like pulls her shirt down slightly to let us see, and she's like, you guys want to see something? And we look, the three of us look at each other like, this cannot be happening. And Diego's like, he's like sweating like a pig, and runs out of the room. And we're like, no, Diego, don't leave us. And she's like, well, you never seen boobs before? And we're like, we looked at each other, and we're like, And one of the other girls notices my bump in the head, and she's like, oh, what happened to you? And I'm like, yeah, your sudden flash, your solar flare startled us, and well, we got hit in the head. And she walks up to me, and she's like, oh, you poor thing, and puts my head against her breast, and I'm here as red as a tomato. I was like as red as this skin I have right here. And I look at Lex, and I'm like, help, I'm nervous. I've never done this before. I never got this much action. And then the girl, they were like very seductive, like they were planning, like, geez, the Lex gets pushed down to a chair, and the girl sits on his lap, and he's like, and I'm in my mind like, well, and I'm like, uh-oh, boner alert. And we're both like very nervous, don't know what to do, because we've never been in these situations before. We've never been in these predicaments. And we're here nervous, shaking, trembling. We needed help. We needed a grown-up. We needed an adult. And yeah, this will do. Yeah, we were like very nervous, looking at each other and stuff. And girl starts since she was sitting on Lex's lap, she noticed his bone. He noticed his boner. And she's like, what do we have here? Grabs his junk. He jumps a bit like, oh god, please, no. Bell rings, and she's like, I'll see you two later. And we just look at each other, shaking like, help, I think we need therapy. We are mental. We lost our sanity. And the entire class, we were sitting next to each other, writing, not one word out of us. Like the teacher, she's like, you two are off leak. Why usually you two are bickering non-stop? And we're like, we're not in the mood, teach. And he's like, did something happen? You can tell me I'm your badass teacher. And I'm like, oh no. Oh, I am not gonna tell you this story. Plus he gave me like this pedo vibe. Like, no thank you. And well, at lunch we were hiding, avoiding the girls, because we didn't want to run into them and get stuck on that situation again. And well, let me think. We were very nervous, didn't know what to do. We bump into the girls. The girls were we walk past the girls' bathroom and we just hear them. They're like, I wonder where they could be. And we're like, run, my boy. We run. We were hiding. We were like ninjas. We were like climbing on roofs, blending in with grass and stuff. And, well, we were avoiding them the entire time. And, I want to hear, no, up, no, hang on, before I continue the story. Yeah, this is Street Fighter. Keep in mind, this is Street Fighter. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Hang on. Yeah, we were avoiding them the entire day. At the end of the day, we find him. And they're like, she's like, oh, where were you two? Where were you two? We were looking for you this entire time. We wanted to give you guys something special. And we're like, no, we are too innocent for this type of stuff. And we were like, oh well, it's too late now for that surprise. And she's like, oh, don't worry, I'll give you the surprise to you guys tomorrow. And we're like, oh no, we're gonna die. Luckily, the next day she forgot completely. Luckily, we didn't bring it up. We didn't remind her, nor nothing. We just kept it to ourselves. We didn't mention it to her whatsoever. Not one peep out of us. And now I'm gonna tell you another story involving my other friend, Eduardo. This one of the hottest girls at school. She was moving on. One of the hottest girls at school. All of a sudden, she was with. You could say the jock at the school, like the quote unquote cutest guy of the class. Like makes all the girls go, oh yeah, senpai and stuff. Yeah, those two were dating. Breaks up with the hottest girl at school, breaks up with cutest guy on the class. And all of a sudden, she starts like giving my my boy Eduardo some signs, some body signs. Like she starts winking at him, she starts flirting with him, starts to hang out with him, and we're here like, bruh, were you just with the hottest girl of the class? And he's like, yeah, dude, I don't know. She just started talking to me and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, dude, you better not mess this up. It's not every day the hottest girl of the class approaches you and notices your existence. And he's like, dude, I know, bro. Don't mess this up with me. And I'm like, I'm telling you not to mess that up. And oh, it's raining outside. Hang on. And what is that called? Yeah, we tell him not to do anything stupid to ruin his chances with her and stuff. That's okay, just in case. And he's like, dude, I know. He and her start spending a lot of time together and stuff. Lovey-dovey this, lovey-dovey that. And he's like, it's not so bad to hang out with her. I mean, it's still kind of weird for me, but it's decent, I guess. And he's like, well, I'm glad you're having fun. Here we are still being single. And he's like, don't worry, guys. I'm sure you'll find that someone. And I'm like, yeah, don't insult me. And he's like, I'm not insulting you. And I'm like, no. I know you're insulting me. Like, just messing with him. And he's like, you know what? Screw off. And a sudden time, the girl gives him a kiss. And he's like, dude. He like tackles me when I'm like trying to get with these other girls, and he just tackles me to the ground, and he's like, dude. And I'm like, dude, what the heck? Why are you tackling me? And he's like, the hottest girl, the girl I'm with. And I'm like, yeah, what about the hottest girl in the class? She just gave me a kiss. And I'm like, bull, you're messing with me. You lying. You can't be serious. And you're like, nah, bro, this is not a scam. This is not a joke. No clickbait. I actually got a kiss from her. And I'm like, my nigga, you are winning, and I am messing up. Hook your boy up. And he's like, I don't know, it was also son. You think she wants to date me and stuff? And I'm like, maybe she does, maybe she doesn't. Who knows? Girls are weird. Don't take offense to that, please. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you know, girls have mixed feelings. I don't know. You tell me. And he's like, oh God, I'm so nervous and stuff. They dated for a very, very, very short period. My friend, I'm like, you are winning. And he's like, they lasted like a month. And they're like, well, I broke up with her. And I'm like, why? You idiot. And he's like, well, she wasn't paying much attention to me and stuff. And well, she wanted to go back with the hot guy. His name was Michael, by the way, the hot guy. And I'm like, well, at least you had a girlfriend. And he's like, yeah, at least I got a girlfriend, dude. And I'm like, congratulations, my boy. And now I'm gonna tell you the story. This is my part of the story of him. Then the second hottest girl to school comes to swing at me. Like, the second hottest girl to school dated like 7 guys. And then she was looking for a new boyfriend. And then her friends, like her entourage, comes to me, and they're like, hey, you want to date, the people called her that. They called her Evie. And I'm like, wait, the Evie, the one of the hottest girls at school? And he's like, and her friend is like, yeah, like, she's available, you wanna date her? And I'm like, I gotta think of this. This is also sudden. And I'm just walking around school like thinking, and I just go to my friend Anthony, and I'm like, Anthony, what should I do? And he's like, What should you do about what? I don't know. Evie just Evie's friend just asked me if I wanted to date her and stuff, and he's like, hold the phone. You mean Evie, the Evie, like the and I'm like, yeah, the Evie, and he's like, dude, you should totally date her. And I'm like, but I don't know, bro. I never had a girlfriend before. And he's like, trust me, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be great. And I'm like, you sure? And then his cousin Jan was like, yeah, dude, date her. Go for it, bro. I mean, YOLO. You only get a girl once. And I'm like, maybe you right. And he's like, you damn right, I'm right. And I'm like, okay, I'll date her, I guess. And I go to the friend, and she's like, so, what do you think? So, have you gave me your answer? And I'm like, progressing for a last time, and my Anthony and Jen look at me like give me the thumbs up, like, go for it, dude. And I'm like, yeah, I'll date her. And then she's like, great, come to her. And I follow her friend and stuff. I meet up with the girl. The girl looks at me. She was a shy girl for usually the hot girls are the sassy ones. Like, she was very shy. I was actually surprised, but I was even beyond shy. I was even shyer than her. And hang on. Okay, no, never mind. And she's like, the friends are like, well, what are you waiting for? Kiss and stuff. And I'm like, hold up, what? So soon? Hold up, I did not sign up for this. And the girl tries to go for a kiss or a hug. I was too chicken, and I just run away. Like, I literally ran away. I dipped out. I was too chicken. I was too scared. I never had a girlfriend before, so like, I didn't know what to do, how to treat her, none of that. I just ran away. To the point that I made her cry, made her feel bad, made her feel ugly, so to speak. And I'm like, wow, I made her cry. And they're like, and Anthony's like, dude, yeah, she's like crying in the corner and shit like that. And I'm like, well, I just feel bad. Jeez, really? And they're like, yep, she's crying. Back in the day, I was too chicken to say stuff to people's faces, so I just wrote it in a note. And I just wrote her, hey, I'm sorry, I just never had a girlfriend before. I don't know what to do. I hope we can be friends at least. And that made her feel a whole lot better. I'm like, yay, I saved the world. And yep, we became friends. Then when I got a bit mature and I knew how to treat a girl and stuff, I tried to get at her. But at the time I wasn't interested in her. When I started 7th grade, when I started 7th grade, I was kind of, I started 7th grade. I was more mature, more acknowledged about life and women. And, I was ready to get my groove on. I was ready to get me a girl. And looks like Evie still had a crush on me. Like, she would try to get with me. My little sister and Evie's best little sister are best friends. And my sister's like, dude, Evie doesn't stop talking about you and stuff. What you do, my boy? And I'm like, oh, she still likes me and stuff. And she's like, wait, she likes you? Bullshit. You ugly, boy. You ugly. My sister likes to insult me, so. And I'm like, no joke. She liking me. And I'm like, and she's like, boy, that can't be true. She's too good for you. And I'm like, shut up. And well, I try to give her another chance, but every time I wanted to get at her, she was dating someone. And every time she wanted to get at me, either I wasn't interested anymore, or I was in a long distance relationship. And well, yeah, it was like a kind of an on and off type of thing. She mentions to the lovely people of the school that we were dating, and people just go at me like, bro, bullshit, you were dating her? And I'm like, yeah, what's the biggie? And I'm like, and they're like, dude, tell me your secret. I try to get at this girl, but she won't give up the JJ. And I'm like, boy, I ain't gonna tell you that I ain't gonna tell you nothing. That's the reason you want her. And he's like, oh, come on, don't hook up your boy out. Don't be that way. You this and stuff. Like, quote unquote, roasting me. There weren't that much roast. There were more like weak insults. And I'm like, is that supposed to hurt my feelings? And he's like, screw you. And she wanted to get popular by lying, and then she told people that her and I kissed and we banged, apparently. And they're like, whoa, you two banged? And I'm like, wait, what? No. And then she's like, I need you to lie to me I need you to lie to some people for a few minutes, a few days, the entire school year. And I'm like, depends. What is it? I need you to pretend that you and I banged, you and I boned. And I'm like, but no, what if it gets out of hand and I don't want to get in trouble and stuff? And she's like, please. And I'm like, no, I don't want to get in no trouble. I don't want people ending up telling my mom I boned. And she's like, pretty please, and sprinkle don't stop. And I'm like, no, that's it, no. And she's like, can you at least pretend that we kiss? And I'm like, that I can do. That is a simple request. And then the people were like, okay, so you dated and kissed but didn't bone, right? And she's like, right, we didn't bone whatsoever. And I'm like, good, let's keep it that way. Let's not change it, nor nothing. And yeah, she lied to people that we kissed. Like, in 7th grade, for some reason, kissing someone was the hype of the year. It was like hype, like, bro, you a legend if you kissed a girl and stuff. And you know, typical. This is a dance floor, just in case. I know they're ugly colors. But yeah, telling people, like, she almost lied again that we boned. And I'm like, hey, we agreed on not lying to people that we boned. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to go to jail. And she's like, I forgot, sorry. Like, she would do anything for popularity. There we go. And I'm like, well, no lying. Remember, I will murder you if you do. She's known now as the hooker of the school, not like prostituting herself to other men. Like, she has dated so many guys at the school that it should be a world record. Like, damn, Daniel. And back in my day, my friend, one of my other best friends, Luis, he liked Evie. And I'm like, well, I can hook you up with her if you want. And he's like, would you do that? And I'm like, yeah, sure, bro. You my homie. And he's like, bruh, thanks a million. And he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, anything for my boys? Gotta keep my crew happy. And well, I tell her that Louise is interested in her. She dated so many men. She even dated me, which was actually a shock, because usually I'm the ugly nigga. But she doesn't want to hook up with my boy Luis. And I'm like, you dumb. You dated so many niggas. Assume you boned as well, because geez, knowing you were capable of. And I'm like, well, but you don't wanna date my boy Luis? And she's like, nah, he's too weird. And I'm like, girl, I'm even more weird. What's the difference? You're literally dating an alternate me, like a different version of me and stuff. Hang on. Yeah. And stuff. What was I? Yeah. Here. Here we are, Luis. My boy Luis still trying to hook up with her. She's kind of interested in him now, cause she's showing like mixed feelings for him and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a little chance they might end up hooking up. I don't know, and I don't care. Let's see if I can make a disco ball. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Yeah, that's gonna be the disco ball. Screw it. That's the disco ball right there. It's actually a nice house. What am I? It's actually a nice house. Can't be mad. But what was I saying? Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it. My high school story. Now, I'm gonna tell you my romance story of a girl I like. I used to like. I don't know. However you want to put it. It basically goes like this. There's this very, very, very shy girl at school. Like, she is so shy that she doesn't talk to people. Like, literally does not talk to anyone. She only talks to people she trusts. And I ain't known that girl since I've known that girl since kindergarten and stuff. Wait, hang on. Give me a minute. Let me go fix something real quick. Meanwhile, so I don't keep you guys bored, you can watch the birds. Watch the birds. I will be in with the birds. And just so they don't escape, there you go. Look at the birds. And I will be right back with you guys. Alrighty, there we go. Well, uh, apparently, oh, I've been streaming for 1 hour. That's dope. Although I'm not gonna do that 3 hour stream like the first time. But anywho's, guys, if you guys wanna hear that story I was gonna tell you, please, please, like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. If this video gets, if this stream slash video, because it's gonna be up on YouTube, if this stream slash video gets 10 likes, 10 likes, I will make another stream or just a video of its own telling you guys that story. So remember, like, comment, subscribe for more beautiful content. I try to upload every single day. And this has been your boy Sandstorm out. This has been your boy Sandstorm. And I'm out.